what you just said.
And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. This LuvBay Afrobeat Music Talk Radio, your #1 African Caribbean online radio. We are here today once again. It's a beautiful day in Toronto. Plus 9 degrees Celsius, which is unprecedented in this time of the year. It's always cold as cold as cold. But today, God has spared us that agony since yesterday. It's been wonderful. And we have a wonderful show for you today. We have a wonderful gentleman. We have a wonderful superstar. We have a young man who is making waves out there. And I'm trying to tell you that I love his music. I love it. I cannot say anything other than what I'm telling you right now. And joining me today is my co-host, where PETRAA is not with us today. She'll be joining us sometime next week. She has some prior engagement. But you know what? Ron is here, and we have GIFFTY in the house. Yes, GIFFTY is in the house. Folks, we are going to have a very great and worthwhile conversation traversing the career of GIFFTY. And you know what, folks? I've been playing his music over and over and over and over again. And this is what we expect, because nobody, nowhere can take Afrobeat music out of us. Because Afro house, Afro pop, everything out there, we are controlling it right now. And before we go on, Ron, how you doing?
Hey, TYB, I'm doing great today. Unlike you, we don't have beautiful weather today. We have very wet and windy weather. It's not the best conditions today here, but that's why I'm able to join you today. Because actually I was going to be in a different place and broadcast from there, but I'm at home. We didn't go anywhere, so I would have been here, but it may have looked a little different. So, but the weather is just a different story. Who cares? I'm inside. Doesn't matter. And it's good to have GIFFTY here today.
Yeah, it's good. It's good, and I'm so happy that you have been able to join us once again. And we have GIFFTY in the house. GIFFTY, how you doing, my brother?
I'm very great. I'm so excited to be here amongst you legends, these great legends. And you know, I'm just excited. You know, I'm just happy to be here. I'm pumped. You know, yeah. And you know, thank God, all of the positive vibes. You know, I'm just bringing up. Yeah.
You know, it's so refreshing anytime we bring artists here. You know, I'm a musician. Ron is a musician, so you are among fun musicians. So what we are going to be having, talking about, will be a conversation. We are going to have a conversation, not an interview per se. My first question to you, GIFFTY, is tell us a little bit about yourself.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Can you tell us a little bit about who GIFFTY is?
Okay. GIFFTY is my name is Afele Itose Gift, aka GIFFTY. I'm a Nigerian from Edo State, to be precise. I'm an Afrobeat artist. I studied theater and media arts, which means I'm a thespian. I do a little bit of acting. I'm a songwriter, musician songwriter. Yeah, I'm human. I'm a human being. That's just a bit of who GIFFTY is.
Okay. You know, most of the time, this question, sometimes a lot of people think, when somebody tells you, describe you to me, who is TYB, who is Ron? Sometimes we feel it's a very easy question, but it's loaded. It's a very, very loaded kind of a question. How did the musical career start, for starters?
My career started officially in 2016. Officially, but before then, I've been doing music. I've been doing music for all my life, actually, since I could do things on my own, right? I started in choir. I didn't used to write songs then, but like I started in the choir, you know, to train my voice, my vocals, you know, in the church, you know. But like since 2016, I started music. I've been doing music since 2016. That's when my career started. You understand? But yeah, I've been on this music. I've been on the journey for a long time, you know, from the choir, you know, to a lot of other stuff. You know, writing music for people and stuff. But yeah, like let's say for like 6 years now. 6 years. That's how long I've been doing music for. 6, 7 years.
Yeah. Yes. When you started, you're talking about the fact that you started a choir. Yeah, I did myself. In fact, a lot of musicians or artists who have, I hate to use the word musician, a lot of artists who have come through here, everybody has gone through that. And when you started, was there any obstruction? Did anybody among the family say, okay, this no be your thing. They could go do something different. Somebody was there an encouragement there?
Good question. Good question.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you this. Actually, nobody actually wanted me to do music, right? My father, I'm like the only boy in my house. Like I have like a couple of sisters. I have like 5 sisters. I have 4 sisters. I'm the only boy. So you know how African parents and how African households are. My father originally wanted me to be an engineer, right? And my mom, you know, my mom did just want me to go away from her side because like I'm her only son, right? She didn't want me to go very far, right? But like that wasn't what I wanted to do. And so there was no support. I was never supported, or like there was nobody wanted. When like at a point when I'm singing in the house, maybe I'm doing chores and I'm singing, and they're like, "Shut up, boy!" Like tell Gifty to shut, tell Gifty to shut up, right? So there was no like nobody, like my parents, especially my parents. They didn't want me to do music, but they wanted me to be like, you know, a professional, like a 9 to 5, or you know, do something else, you know. But you know, as God will have it, I found myself, you know, my when I got into university, I found myself studying theater and media arts, right? And then that was the thing that really molded me, everything, that like, you know, molded me, you know. But before then, I've been doing my thing. I've been going to sneak into the studio, you know, to do my stuff. But like my parents didn't really want it. Like nobody wanted me to do it. Nobody thought I was gonna even be here, like, right? Because you know, they were just always turning me down, you know, turning it down. But yeah, we're here.
Yeah, no, I'm from Africa. I'm from Ghana, and I know the feeling. Because back then, they would never allow, everybody wanted their kids to be either a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer. But hey, how can we all be doctors and engineers without? Because at the end of the day, the doctor, the engineer, the lawyer will have to go out there and have fun. And without music, life cannot go on. So, I mean, it's like that. I always say this on this platform that back then, you see, parents stifled the talents of their children because all of us cannot go into one sort of a profession. So by doing that, a lot of people could have been something that they never thought they would have been. But then they were stifled. So, you know, I sympathize with what you're saying. I'm a product of what you just said. Ron.
Yes.
And I come from a different story. I'm from Canada, and my parents totally encouraged music and said, "Hey, you go off to university, do what you want to do." And
lucky
that's
you.
Yeah, I know. We hear this a lot. I'll tell you, Gifty, do not feel alone. Most African artists we hear from say the same thing you are saying, which is, my parents wanted me to do exactly all the jobs you mentioned. Be a lawyer, be a doctor, make some money. And I know that. My parents were the opposite, and then I did the opposite of them. I went to university and ended up being a teacher for music. And so I made my money that way. And yeah, sure, they were proud of that. But it's just very typical of what we hear time and time again from Afrobeat artists and African artists. Why do you think this is? Why do you think it's so often that the parents are discouraging them? Is it just because of money? Is that the reason? Or what do you think? Why do you think artists are being discouraged by their parents?
First of all, I don't think they are being discouraged by their parents. I just think it has to do with understanding, right? Like some people hate what they don't understand, right? Like people, like where I'm from a little city called Ekpoma in Edo State. So the normal thing that happens there is, the children go to school, they graduate, and they do something, they become something for themselves, right? They either become a lecturer or a lawyer, like he said, or a doctor, something professional. Like, so you're something you can actually tell, like when they ask you, you can tell your friends, my son is a doctor, and it's something to be proud of, right? So I think it has to do with something about like understand. They don't really understand what you're doing. Like my mom doesn't really understand what you're doing when you're singing. And you're saying that's what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like they don't get it. They don't know that there's money. First of all, they don't even know like you can make. They didn't even know, like at that time they didn't even know till you start doing it, and you start bringing money from it, and maybe you send your mom 50K and say, okay, this is the first check I got from my music. Like, oh, she's gonna be excited, right? So yeah. So I feel like it has to do with understanding. I don't think it's discouraging. Like if they knew what it was, if they understood it, they wouldn't discourage. I'm not sure any parent would want to do that. So do you understand? But like I feel like it has to do with like understanding. But yeah, it's just the societal norm, right? Like the things that's normal in the society. I think that's the reason. That's the reason why they always wanted their children, to be this. Because I mean, their friends' kids are this. Everybody else is doing this. So why are you trying to be a musician? Why are you trying to be an artist, right? Why don't you just go with the norm? So I guess that's the reason why it was popular for parents to always turn their children down when they're trying to be like artists or trying to go into the entertainment, right? So yeah. So I guess that's the reason.
Yeah, hey, that all makes sense. Especially if the parents don't know what it's all about or don't understand it. That's understandable. That makes a lot of sense. So you said you started with choir. You said you started singing with a choir. And then what made you go from that to thinking, all right, I'd really like to be an artist? What made you decide that, I'd like to write songs and get into this and do this, even though, it's not the real thing to do that my parents want. But however, what made you go from singing in a choir to eventually becoming where you are today, which is starting to be, making waves? So what encouraged you to do that?
Okay, let me start from here. Actually, I didn't know I could sing, right? Like I just used to sing. I just used to sing in the house. I didn't even know what it was. I'm talking about when I was a kid, like when I was a proper like 8, 9, 7 years, 8, 9, right? I just used to sing in the house. I didn't know what it was. I just knew I could sing and do like auto, like maybe like there's a song playing in the radio. I could just back it up with like auto or tenor or something. I didn't even know what it was. It was just good to me. It was just sweet to my ears. It was my sister's friend that came to the house. I was like, I think GIFFTY can actually sing, right? So that was the first thing I actually grabbed. That was the first person that, her name is Sister Sandra. She was the first person that actually told me that I think GIFFTY can actually sing. So when she said that, it actually gave me a bit of confidence. Because my sisters were like, no, we're going to have it. Whenever I'm singing or doing all these things, she's like, tell GIFFTY to shut up or something. But like she was like, I think GIFFTY can actually sing. So from there, I started, because I love music. I love artists, right? I love artists. I just love something. For instance, let me use Michael Jackson for an example. Like when I was a kid, I used to watch Michael, just perform with all the glory, with all the lights and all the sparkles, and he doesn't even need to sing. He just moves his body and everybody's screaming. I'm like, what is this? What actually is this, right? So I used to see those things. So from there, I joined the choir. I didn't even know I was going to do anything. I just joined the choir. From the choir, I think when I was in junior secondary school, I lost a classmate of mine. And then, you know, they were calling people to make a tribute song. Like everybody in the class was supposed to make a tribute song. So I joined, you know, but like my verse or the part that I took was kind of special. And that created like a, you know, a talking moment. Like people were talking about that. GIFFTY is actually good, right? My name is Gift. Like I wasn't always GIFFTY. I was always GIFFTY, but my real name is Gift. So everybody talking about Gift is I think Gift is good, right? So I just you know started getting. I had moments that really was giving me confidence. I had moments like from when Sandra came in, then from when my cousin told me that one of my cousins, his name is Paul. He told me that like this thing you have can actually give us a fortune, can change our lives forever, right? Those were the things, like those things that people were telling me were the things that was giving me confidence, you know, to keep moving. And it was just like when I enter here, it opens up to something else. You know how life is. You have to keep climbing because it keeps going higher and higher, so you keep climbing. So it was just like you know, at every moment it was leading to the next. Right from there, I got the opportunity for a friend of mine to pay for my first studio session. Like he's my big friend. He paid for the first time I was ever going to get to studio. He paid for the session, and I went there. I made a song. You know, I was still in school. I was still going to my school, but like you know, I was just making music and all. And then when I finally made the decision was when, you know, I had a lot of people, you know, start telling me, like it was not low, so many people start telling me that, okay, you can actually do this. They enjoy it, right?
I think he's there.
Yes, he is there, folks. Yeah, I think.
Oh,
Go ahead. Yeah,
Sorry, I'm so sorry. Like,
that's all right.
can you-
Technology.
yeah.
Okay.
Continue on.
so when there was a lot of people, it was popular now. Like there was a lot of people in my school, you know, talking about how good my talent is. You know, that was when I finally made the decision because I had to travel. That's when I finally knew that okay, this is what I wanted to do. Because even after school, it was still what was in my mind. I just felt like okay, this is the thing I wanted to do. I had to travel, you know. After school, I just made all my decision, packed all my bags, and came to Lagos because I wasn't born here. I came to Lagos, and you know, boom, from there we're here. Not where I want to be yet, but we're here. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, OT.
yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're fine.
Yeah, you said a whole lot of things, and I'm so interested in it. It means like you went through some stages, different kinds of stages that really, really, really propelled you to where you are right now. Because from what you said, if I can get it, if I'm correct, you had to go through a situation where you were not so sure about yourself in terms of whether you could sing at that age, and you got that encouragement from the young lady who said, you can sing. And also from the point where a member of your class in school passed away. And so I can see the trajectory, you building it up and then giving you that confidence.
Yes.
Did it occur to you at some point in time that, you know what, after all this that I've gone through, it has toughened me to be who I want to be? Forget about the courses that I did in the university. I think this is a career that I would like to pursue. Did it occur to you at that time after everything? Did it build you up with all those kind of situations that preceded this moment?
Like I said, it was moments after moments, right? It was different type of moments. You know, I just kept on believing. You know, but like at a certain point, it occurred to me, right? At a certain point, after a lot of, you know, after, like I said, like after I had made some sacrifices, because there were times I had to like leave home. There were times where I had to like, you know, travel to like the northern part of Nigeria, right? Like I had to travel to north where there's like bombings and stuff going on. But I had to go there because they told me that if I come here, they're going to have the opportunity to perform. You know, it was just like decisions and moments that, you know, at a point I was like, this is what I want to do. Because I was actually juggling it with like football. I'm a good football player. I actually wanted to be a football player at a point in my life, right? But like, you know, it was decisions to decisions, and I saw a couple of things that, you know, like acceptance. You know, I got to like Lagos where I don't know anybody, but it was just my music that was, you know, making people accept me, you know, want me to come here, invite me over. You know, I met a lot of people via my music, right? I got to talk to like big people just because I had talent, right? That was when I was like, okay, I think this is what I want to do. I'm on the right track, right? So yeah, I guess that's where it started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Folks, we are in conversation with the sensational GIFFTY. Well, he's all the way in Nigeria, and we are having a very great conversation with him. And joining me is my co-host, Ron Mollinga, a songwriter. Ron, the floor is yours.
Yeah, sure. Thanks, TYB. I saw on your bio, and those who haven't read your bio, it says you're heavily influenced by soul music. Can you give us some of your influences, please? Because I know me personally, I have some real favorites who I love, and I know in the band I play, we do a lot of soul stuff. So who were some of your influences as you were growing up? You said you sung a lot, but who were you singing to? And I know you said Wizkid is one of them. So who are some of your influences that you listen to a lot that you think influences your music today?
Okay, first I'll say this. As long as it's good music, I listen to all kind of music, right?
Me
As
too.
long as it's good music or any kind
yeah.
of music, I'll give it all my ears. I'll listen, right? But like, you know, I listen to a lot of people. I listen to a lot varieties, female artists, male Shania Twain, Celine Dion, Bob Marley, Enya. Do you know Enya? I don't know if you know Enya.
Mm-hmm.
Enya, I have a mood for Enya. Like when I'm in my room and I just want to be alone, I just the lights.
Relaxing music.
Yeah, when I want to like heal myself, maybe when I've been with people too much. I listen to a lot of people. I listen to like I went from like Jamaica to America to Nigeria, you know, just around. I guess that's synonymous to most artists, right? You know, but like I listen to a lot of people, a lot of artists, female, male, you know. So yeah, I listen to a lot of people. Like Wizkid is one of my greatest influences. Two-Face is one of my greatest because I used to buy every CD of Two-Face. Back then it was CD plates. I just go there and buy the CD and I listen to it. You know, that's I'm talking about Nigerian artists, right? Wizkid, Two-Face, Phase, you know, it's a lot. I listen to Justin Bieber. I like Justin.
Yeah, folks. Yeah, Ron.
Yeah.
It's a very great story.
Bieber
Because I'm trying to build the conversation to encompass the fact that his musical career started just like mine. It can mirror mine. It got to a point where I felt that, you know what, I had to tone it down. I had to go through so many different sort of strides. And when I left my country, Ghana, and to come to Canada to pursue my education, that was where I felt that I was free to do whatever I wanted to do, because back home I wasn't allowed to do that, even though I knew I could do it. I could be a very good musician or a good artist, but then I was stifled. So I'm building the case with GIFFTY, because from what he is telling us, it has built him, it has toughened him, and then he's come to a point where, honestly speaking, listening to his music is great, because now he has convinced me that He just didn't pick up the mic and then did it. But he had to grow. And by growing, he's gotten to where he is right now. GIFTY, yeah, you were saying something. Will you continue, please?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was saying, yeah, you know, I had to listen to a lot of people, you know, but coupled up with the fact, because I remember I like, it got to a point where like my uncle had to break like my CD plates because it was too much. And it's not like he hated me, because growing up I knew that it's not like it was hate. It wasn't hate. He just felt like this boy's wasting his time. Like, do you know what you're doing? Right? He just felt like you need to stop this. He broke my CD. He broke like a couple of my CD plates. You know, I go and rebuy them when he destroy my stuff. You know, but like I listen to a lot of people, a lot of good music. You know, because I feel like you never run out of ideas when you realize that there's nothing that hasn't been done. There's nothing hidden under the sun. There's nothing that hasn't been done before, right? There's nothing that hasn't been done. Everything has been done before, right? So so you just have to, you know, join, you know, like you don't have to isolate yourself and feel like, oh, I'm this. You have to like come together with people. You know, it's that energy that you know, from there you can create who you are or who you want to be, right? So, you know, I'm always there. I'm always down to listen to good music. I'm always down to listen to the best music. You know, any kind of music. You know, that's just how it has been.
I think all of us can say that. I know I can't speak for you, TYB, but I know that you are the same way. We all listen to so much different stuff for music. We all do. I mean, I've been doing this for over 50 years, and it's the amount of artists I've listened to, everything from jazz to funk, blues, you can name any genre that I will listen to. And I'm the same way as TYB. I know he and I both love a group called Earth, Wind, and Fire, because just the soul in Earth, Wind, and Fire is unbelievable. Just the groove of it makes who they are. It's just unbelievable. Singing extraordinaire. I mean, I can't promote Earth, Wind, and Fire enough. This is a good promo for them, but they are just an incredible group. And so I know he and I both love so many different genres, and that's what makes artists who they are. The more widespread you are, the better you are. So can I ask, what do you think about your songs in terms of, I know TYB is sort of having some problems here, so I'm going to speak for both of us. So where do you think your songs are going? And I can ask you this first. How do you write your songs now today? What's the process you go through? Because I know I've gone through many different processes over the years. But what do you do when you're sitting down with a blank piece of paper? I wish I had one right here, but what do you do when you start writing your songs? How do you get them going?
I get inspiration from anything. I get inspiration from anything. I get inspiration from good or bad, right? I get inspiration from, you know, from any. I can get inspired by a human being, or, you know, any situation or a story or a book, right? But I have different methods of recording. Like sometimes I record off my head, right? I just, you know, record lady rhythms and then, you know, and add the lyrics to it, right? Sometimes I write, but I don't really use the pen anymore. I just use my phone. You know, I just write on my phone, my notepad, right? And
no right or wrongs.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
Oh, I said there's no right or wrongs to this.
Yeah. I just like sometimes I write, sometimes, you know, I have to, you know, take the beat home, you know, and you know, just make sure it's properly arranged. There's just different things. There's just different ways that the music comes to me. Sometimes it comes to me when I'm sleeping, when I'm in my sleep. Like it comes to me when I'm in my sleep. Like I just sing it out of my dream, and sometimes I get it, sometimes I don't get it. Sometimes I'm lucky enough to like quickly record it on my phone, right? Sometimes I'm not, and it just goes away, right? So it's just different situations based on my subconscious, and the things that I've been able to, you know, assimilate over the years and over the period of time, right? So it's just going. It's just going. I'm just actually grateful to be here, right? I'm just actually grateful to be this person, right? So yeah.
Yeah, I asked because I've done the same thing. I've got up in the middle of the night and written songs. It drives my wife nuts. if I do that, but I know exactly what it's like to do that. I've been there before. So what is it? What do you think? When you say you get your songs from different things, books and stuff like that? Do you find, like, for instance, Hold You, is that a love song? What do you think it is? What was Hold You based on?
Hold You.
It looks like a woman for sure.
Hold You. You're talking about Hold You, right?
Yeah. Hold You.
Yeah. Okay. Hold You was it was the producer called me and I came to his house. I'm giving you a process. I'm giving you how it was originally created.
That's true. Do it.
So the producer called me. I went to his studio. You know, we just chilled, and he said, "I have this." No. He said, "Let's make beats from the scratch, right? Like, let's create something from the scratch." And then he starts playing percussions with no, like, there's no strings or whatever. There's no rhythm, just percussions and, you know, beats. And then, you know, I just start vibing. And once I sang that hook, he said, "That's it," right? Once I sang, oh no. Once I sang that, it was like, I think that's it. Like, can we use that, right? So I started singing it, and he created the whole beat from it, right? He started creating beats and made the whole thing, and then, you know, I had to, like, create the verse, the hook, you know, and everything, and that's how Hold You was created. It wasn't something that was planned or anything. It was just like an interaction between me and the producer, right? We're just having like a conversation that led to, you know, something, and then, you know, that's how the song was birthed.
How fast do you think it came together? Did it come
What?
together fast? Did it come together fast?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Oh yeah, sure. Did the song come together quickly?
It was a couple of minutes. It was a couple of minutes. Like after writing, after coming up with the melodies, you know, you have to now put in the lyrics. I think that's where the work is, because sometimes I lay down melodies on the beats, right, without proper words, just melodies from my head, and then I listen to those melodies, and when you're listening, you hear the lyrics inside it, right? I think that's where the work is, because you now have to, like, say, oh, I think you have to take it back, and you know this, and you're a writer too, you know what I'm trying to say. So you just, you know, I think it took me about close to an hour, let's say 50 something minutes, or like let's just round it up to like an hour to create that song. It took us, actually. It was Biano. Shout out to Biano. It was Biano. So it took us like, let's say, an hour to create that.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, as an artist, I know it takes a long time sometimes to get songs together. Sometimes people do it quickly. There's a fellow named Charlie Puth, who's an incredible singer. He takes his phone and he records everything, like you're saying, right into his phone, and he does it from that method, which is fine. I mean, as I say, there's no right or wrongs to this. When it comes to the song, Where Do We Go? What was that one about? Where do we go?
I like that. I like it. I love it.
We can't see it.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm hiding behind it, you know.
I know we can't see your beauty. Where do we go?
Where do we go? Where do we go was just a song that I meditate a lot. I like to meditate when I'm, like, you know, when I'm stressed, or when I feel like I just need to be still, right? When I feel like I need to be still, like maybe there's so much thoughts in my head and I need to be still at the moment. I just like to meditate. So I think that song came to me while I was meditating, right? I think I got to, I don't want to call it a trance, because I don't think it was a trance, but like there's this kind of meditation process that takes you, it makes you feel like you're like in another place, right? So the guide was telling me what to do and what to say, you know, and, you know, I just found myself in this place, you know, like it's like a white. Every time I say this, it always sounds like a lie, but I'm speaking the truth. so,
we have no
so like,
we have no reason to believe you're lying.
so I'm like in this white place, and you know, he's telling me, the guide is telling me that, oh yeah, people here, you have to say hello to them. I'm not present. Like, I'm not here. I'm not. I was on my bed. I was laying on my bed, but like it felt like I wasn't on my bed, right? And it was real. I could feel it, like it was real. Like I was seeing everywhere. Like it was just like snow. Like it was just snowing every. Wasn't snow. I don't know how to. I think that's the best way to describe it, right? So now I'm there. I'm chilling, and then after a couple of minutes, I come back to my body. That's the best way I can say it. Now, I'm just reasoning that, okay, like, ever wonder where do we go when we, I'm trying to quote the lyrics for you. Ever wonder where do we go when we sleep at night? Now I'm reasoning that, do we even know where we go when we sleep? Because when we sleep, we don't know what's happening around us, right? When we're sleeping, when you're asleep, you don't know what's going on. You're just sleeping. Sometimes you dream, sometimes you don't, but you know that you're going to wake up, right? You know. But you don't even know if when you go to sleep, you go out, you wake up in another realm. You don't know. Nobody knows, right?
Yeah, true.
We just always go to sleep and we wake up, right? So I'm like, okay, then the producer sent me this beat, already sent me the beat the previous day, right? So when I got up, that hook just kept playing in my head, like, you know, ever wonder where do we go when we sleep at night, right? So I'm like, yeah, it's true, right? Because why am I going to be stressing myself or worried? Because I'm an overthinker, right? I think a lot. Like I think a lot. I think about the slightest things, right? So I'm like, why do people get worried about like life, about a lot of things, when we don't even know what happens when we go to sleep, right? It's not in your control, it's not in your power. There's nobody on planet Earth that will practically tell me that he doesn't sleep. I don't think there's anybody like maybe there's somebody like that, but I've never met anybody that will tell me, I stand to be corrected, right? But I've never met anybody that will tell me that, Gifty, I don't sleep. Like, bro, you're not God. Like, everybody goes to sleep, right? Everybody goes to sleep. So that shows that we don't really have control over this thing called life, right? It's mysterious. I think everybody knows that life is mysterious because, you know, it's a misery. So I think that's how the song was birthed. You know, it started from I don't want to call it a trance, from my meditation process that took me somewhere where I did not even know. That was what, you know, ignited something in my brain or in my mind. I was like, okay, bro, you know, we don't have control over this thing. We don't have absolute control. We only can control what we can. So stop being in control. Stop trying to control everything, because that's just gonna make a mess of whatever you're trying to do, right? So just focus and just live life, enjoy life, do what you can, do your best, but don't stress yourself, don't get troubled, don't worry about things that you can't control, do not worry about things that you cannot control, right? So that's just the essence. That's the essence of the whole song, right? Do not worry about things you can't control. Life is a misery. Life is mysterious. Do not worry about things you can't control.
It's a good piece of advice.
Yes.
For sure. Go ahead, TYB. It's good to see your lovely face back.
Yeah, that's right. Technology can
glad to have you
whatever
back.
they want to do. Yes. I've read a lot about you, your epic, and a whole lot of things that where you've been and where you were and where you are right now. Afrobeat music is enjoying the best the best that it can be, from the time of its inception, from Fela up until right now. I think Afrobeat is reigning, and it's going to reign for a very long time. You've been successful in what you've done over the years. How do you define success right now? Because you cannot say that you haven't been successful, because you've come out with some great, nice music. So to me, sitting here, you've been successful. How do you define that?
Good question.
Okay, yeah, like I said earlier, I am not where I want to be yet,
Okay.
but like I'm on track, right? Like I'm headed to where I want to be, right? I will define success as something that you intend to do, right? Something that you intend to do and you were able to see to the end, right? You were able to finish it. You were able to accomplish it, right? I feel like that's success. I don't know. I'm not the smartest man in the world, but like I feel like when you set your mind to do something and you were able to do it, or you are able to do it, that's success. No matter how little it is, success can be in different sizes. It can be very small, it can be very huge, right? Everybody have everybody. I think most people, most like a large percentage of people on earth have enjoyed success in different ways, right? So long as you were able to hit, to be able to hit your target, or you were able to make something work, something that you were looking to make to work out, you were able to make it work, you were able to create something, you were able to accomplish something. I think that's success, right? I stand to be corrected anyways.
Yeah. No. It depends on how you look at it. I mean, it's good that you define it yourself. How do you see yourself? I won't go 10 years, 5 years from now.
That was going to be my question.
5 years from now,
yeah.
I'm just gonna be very
so
honest.
Ron can ask 10 years from now after my 5 years. Okay, go ahead, GIFFTY.
Okay, I'm still going to be me.
Okay.
I'm still going to be myself. I'm still going to be making music. I'm still going to be making music in another level, because I'm always growing. I wasn't here 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I was in deep shit. Sorry, I don't know if I could use the word shit here.
Hey, go ahead.
Right? I wasn't here 5 years ago, right? I was doing music 5 years ago, right? 5 years ago, I probably wasn't as good as this, like I am right now, but I was doing music 5 years ago. So from now, the next 5 years, I'm still going to be doing music. I'm going to be better at it, and I'm going to be in another level, because I feel like it's level by level in this life. There's no way, there's no cheating, right? There's no cheating until life is up and down, go and come, right? As long as you keep doing what you're doing and you keep growing and giving space for yourself to grow, you keep growing, except you do not want to grow. So I've seen myself, I envision myself to be this boy that'll probably be selling out arenas, but still making my music, still doing what I love to do, still touching lives, still getting inspired and inspiring people in another level, in another platform, a higher platform. Obviously it's going to be higher, because there's no way it's not going to be higher, right? By the grace of God. So yeah, another level.
Yeah, I can see you performing at the Grammys or the African Music Awards and all those kind of stuff. Yes, like you said, if you put your mind to what you do and you want to do it right, because like you're saying, you move from one end to where you are right now, where you are making people enjoy. Because as an artist myself, I love the music that you've churned out. I've listened to almost all of them. Like Richard, thank you anyway. Yeah, I've listened to most of the songs that you have ever since I got it, and I've been following. And I think there's a lot for you out there, because you know what, Afrobeat music is not going away. No matter what range is, no matter what,
it's going to get bigger. It's going to
get bigger and better. And having said that, my next question would be, who would you like to collaborate with?
There's a lot of people. Okay. In Nigeria, I'd like to collaborate with Burna Boy. I'd like to collaborate with Wizkid. I'd like to collaborate with Rema in Nigeria. I'd like to collaborate with Era Star. Sorry, I'd like to collaborate with Thames. I love Thames. I think she's amazing. I'd like to collaborate with. Sorry, excuse me. I'd like to collaborate with Drake. There's a lot. Listen, my collaboration list is very long. It's very long. There's a lot of people that do the things that I'm like, damn, I really want to do. Like, I really want to be part of this. I really wish we could do this together. I feel like there's something I could have added, right? Or I feel like there's something I will bring, and then you will like when we put this team together, it could be something very beautiful, right? There's a lot of people, right? There's a lot of people from Nigeria to America to Jamaica, right? Like I told you, my ears are very wide. I like to listen. I know a lot of people. I know a lot of artists, right? So I don't mind working with Drake. I don't mind working with 21 Savage. I don't mind going to delving into trap, into hip hop, into whatever kind of music. But trust me, my collaboration list is very long, and these people I've called are maybe like in the forefront of it.
I like that. You have an open mind, and that's really good. Some people restrict themselves, to a certain group, and others another group. But then, I mean, what you're saying, you've cast your net wide open, so that you'll be able to sort of experience and do different things, not restricting yourself. And I think I like that. I really like that. Open-mindedness is one thing that helps as an artist. That's good. Ron.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I noticed that you've released a lot of singles and an EP as of 2023. We're now going into 2024. What do you plan to do in 2024? What is up and coming for you in this year to come? We're in the early stages of it, of course. So yeah, what's coming up this year for you?
Lots of things. So far, I've been locked in studio. I've been making music. Like, I'm making music. That people have been like, you're killing it, right? I've been making music. I've been making plans. Promotional plans. Promotional plans. Different stages. Meeting a lot of people. So far, 2024, I started very, very good. Right, I started very good for me. Because I've done a lot of things that I haven't, last year didn't start like this. A couple of years didn't start like this, but this one started very beautiful for me. There's a lot of plans for me. There's a lot of plans. I can't really say everything right now because I like my music to just come, or whatever I'm trying to do, my plans to just happen, and then be like, oh, it happened, right? I don't like to just say everything, like, right? That's just me. That's just personal. I learned it from Whiskey, but like, trust me, there's a lot of plans. My team have been busy. They've been busy. They've been working, putting things together, so that we can kick off. But like, I'm dropping in singles soon. I think I should say that. I'm dropping in singles soon. I think that's going to kick off the year. And then from there, there's a lot of stuff coming up, that we're going to serve the world.
Yeah, I ask because I know a lot of artists that I've encouraged as well, as I tell them to, go for the album, because the album is the one where people like to see your diversity. TYB, and I've talked about this before, is to see that you have a whole album out. Do you have any intentions of putting a whole album out? What do you think? Are you going to stick with singles, or what do you think?
Yes. Of course, we have intention. Like, the album is something that we're planning for, right? Because we don't want to just drop an album. We want to drop an album that is going to get a lot of people talking, right? And it's going to create instant impact. It's going to create impact. It's going to go along. It's going to cross over. It's going to do a lot of things for us, right? So we're working our ass out for the album, right? The album is like, it's going to come out this year. But for now, we're just, putting out singles for now. Because I dropped an EP, like you said, like a couple 2, 3, 4 months ago, I dropped an EP. That's like a body of work.
Yeah.
So, but like now we're gonna drop like a couple of singles, maybe 1 or 2, maybe 3. I don't know, right? I can't say right now. I can't say right now, but the album is certain, it's inevitable, and it's coming. The album's coming.
Yeah, I write for a lot of our Afrobeat artists as well, and so I like when Afrobeat artists say they're going to take on an album, because that's a whole project,
Yes.
and it shows a lot. There's a lot to doing an album that singles and EPs don't always give or explain to people who you are, and that's why I love hearing albums more than, personally. This is just personally, albums more than singles and EPs. Yeah, it's nice when I hear that people want to do albums, because then I think, okay, you really got a project here going, and that's a good one. So it's things that I look for when I hear artists coming in and saying they're going to do stuff. So, anyways, TYB.
Yeah, folks, we are in conversation with a great, sensational, GIFFTY, Afrobeats artist, a young man who is making waves. Folks, go check him out. GIFFTY is the name right now. What advice would you give to someone starting in this industry? Because our industry is like a forest. Because the whole thing is that if you don't, if you don't guard against anything, you can be eaten alive for lunch. It's not an easy industry. A lot of people outside think being an artist and being there, being successful or doing all these things, it comes with so many roses and stuff like that. But people do not think about the fact that you have to jump through some hoops to get where you are right now. So, in my question, do you have any tour plans to expose yourself to the whole world? You can be in Nigeria, but we want every artist out there to go out there in the world, because right now, if you play live, you make more music. You make more moolah, right?
Absolutely.
More money, as opposed to back in the day where you could not do that. You just have to sell CDs and stuff like that. But
yes.
Yeah. So any shows upcoming?
We, like I said, my team and I, we've been planning a lot of things. We planned a lot of things, right? I can't tell you that, okay, tomorrow we're starting a tour, because we have to plan this, right? And the music has to get to a certain level where we know that we're ready, right? We're ready for this. That, at least I've been here for a couple of years, and that's what I know, I've seen, right, from people that I've seen do it. Like, it gets to a certain level where we're like, okay, I think we're ready for this, or ready for a tour, or ready for, an arena or stuff. So, but like, trust me, we have plans for it. I think we're going to start. Okay, let me just say this: we're going to start with the university tour, right? We're going to start with university tours, but trust me, all these things are already things that we've been planning since last year. We've been planning this since last year. We talked about this, had meetings, and I can't wait for everything to start unveiling, right? I'm just hoping, I'm just, staying grounded, working my ass out, to stay prepared for everything that's coming, right?
That's a very smart move, because I quite remember back in the day, to be able to get a foothold and a stronghold, with respect to promoting your music, going through the university or school, the educational circuit was the best way to do it. So I'm happy that you're doing that and your team doing that. Hey, I really like the vibes that you're giving up, because you're speaking from your heart as an artist.
Yes, sir.
What would you advise a young person who's getting into this industry once again? What would be your advice to them? Because the industry is not easy as people think.
Okay. I first of all, you have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in whatever You know, before you start anything, music or whatever, you have to believe that you can, right? I think that's like the one of the first things you have to know. You have to believe in yourself, that whenever you get the opportunity, you can actually do this, right? Firstly, then you have to you know, be humble and be patient, because this game is just sometimes it can go this way, sometimes it can go this way. So you can't just be like, oh, I'm tired, I just drop everything and leave. No, you have to be humble and be patient, and wait for your time. Wait for the your time can come at different times. It's not usually once. It comes. Your time will keep coming. So you have to be able to know when it's your time, right? You have to be able to know, okay, it's my time right now. Wait for your time. Be patient. Be ready. Be ready. Study. Read books. You know, record. Keep recording. Sharpen your talent. Sharpen your your vocals. Rehearse like tomorrow is your tour. Even when it's not. Even when you do not even see anything that's coming. Just keep preparing yourself. Keep getting prepared so that when the opportunity presents itself, it won't catch you unprepared, right? So keep preparing yourself, keep getting better at what you keep bettering yourself at what you do. Your craft, your writing, your vocals, right? And your mind, right? I feel like the mind is the powerhouse of everything we do. That's the brain box. That's the mind. That's the powerhouse. If your mind is all right, I think everything is all right. If the inside is good, the outside is good, right? If it's flowing inside, it's gonna be flowing outside, right? So don't get distracted by like little things, or you know disadvantages, or people, or heartbreaks. Don't get distracted by ladies. If you're a female artist, don't get distracted by guys, right? I think it's just learn, listen to, watch the elders, watch the people. Like I still learn every day. I keep learning from everybody. I watch people. I go on YouTube. I watch performances. I see the way the artists interact with the fans, and they interact back. Just keep learning. This life is a school of learning every day. You never graduate. You just keep learning and learning, and keep bettering yourself, right? So I don't know. I feel like this is these little things I just said are like the things that I know right now, and I feel like it can help anybody that is listening to me right now, right? I might not be 100% correct, but like I feel like this might be able to help one or two people, because that's helped me. You know, when there were times that I didn't even know what was happening. I didn't even know where I was, but the thing that kept me going was my hope and my belief in myself. I knew that I could do this thing. I know I'm better than it. And I don't want to say I'm better than anybody, but like I knew that I'm good. Like when I sing, I see the reactions, I see where it goes, I see how people react. So I know that I can do this. Like wake me up from my sleep, I will sing. You know, put me in the studio, I will create a record in less than an hour. I'll do things, right? So if you know you got it, just keep believing, because it can slip away, especially when you're in the wrong environment, when you're in place where people don't even like support you, or they don't tell you how good you are, or they make you feel less of yourself. They talk down on you. You can easily just feel like, oh, maybe I'm not this, right? But like when you believe in yourself, and you accept yourself, and you love yourself, right? You be able to stand the tests of time.
You know what, folks? This advice is free. Yeah, Gift is not going to charge any consultation fee. Great, great advice to some of you out there getting into this business. It's free of charge. Yeah, you did well, and I love it. Ron, do you have any parting words before we go?
Well, yeah, I was thinking about this. Many artists I see and hear today, the way they're, of course, like TYB said, are making their money is on stage. There's no question about it that that's where the money is to be made. It's on stage. I find that the best acts that I've seen, and I can't speak on anybody else's behalf, but just my own, are the ones where I see the artist with other musicians in the background playing behind them. Do you have intentions of doing that, or do you think you're going to sit with a DJ in the background behind you? What do you think in the future? I'm curious to know where you, or if you've even thought about this when you step on stage, what's going to happen?
Are you asking if I'm going to work with a band or sing with a backtrack?
Exactly.
Okay, I feel like, no disrespect to people that sing with the backtrack, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a type of performance, right, on its own, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. If you have the capacity to do a live band, right? If you know your vocals are pure and good enough, right? Why not? Personally, I'd love to use a live band, right? I wish I could sing with a live band. I want people to hear me. I want people to feel my emotions. I want people to feel me pouring my heart out to them. I want people to, be able to listen to my vocals live, right? Personally.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? So I guess I will always pick a live band performance. I always want people to, listen to what I say, because I want to talk with them. I want to tell them that they are beautiful. I want to tell the girl looking at me that you're very beautiful, right? And she feels it because I'm actually saying it, not what she's been hearing from Spotify or Apple Music. I want to say to her, like, this is a real person saying it to you. Right? So yeah, I always pick a live band over a backtrack.
Good for you. Good for you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
And folks, you know what? Without Richard Dean from Grand Cake Agency, this conversation wouldn't have taken place. And I'd like to thank
you. Thank you.
Yes, the ambassador herself.
I'm your boy forever.
Yes. Yeah, she's a wonderful woman.
On this platform.
Yes, she's a wonderful woman, making waves, and she's done a lot for African music. And I think I'm going to create an award in her name. Seriously, I'm thinking about it. She deserves much more than that. Richardine and Cake, yes, agency in the United States of America. Richardine is listening, and we appreciate you. We love you. Keep on doing what you're doing. And you know what? We are here to support you. We are here to support every artist that comes out of Africa, the Caribbean, the diaspora, anywhere around the globe. And this is your radio station. You know what, GIFFTY? Come back again. When you release your album, the CD, the track, whatever, this is your radio station too. Yes, your track has made me, today I have been playing your music, and folks out there, you know what? Go check him out. And before we go, how could people get in touch with you with respect to social media and contacts?
Okay, my social media, my Instagram is at callmegifty, CALLMEGIFTTY. That's my Instagram. My Twitter is callmegifty too, but with 01, callmegifty01. My Facebook is GIFFTY. I think these are the places that people can actually reach me. And I'd like to give a shout out to my team, my label, Fascino Entertainment. Shout out to Fascino Entertainment for taking care of me, for making sure that I look good and I can sing, and giving me the platform, giving me the studio, the sessions that I need. I'd like to give a massive shout out to Fascino Entertainment and everybody that has been involved in this. A shout out to Richard Dean again and again. I'd like to say thank you for this opportunity. I'm very grateful to be here.
Awesome. Folks, it's been a very wonderful conversation. We'll continue anytime.
Definitely.
If it comes around. And if you are out there, if you are getting into the business, he gave you a free of charge advice. Getting into the music industry, it's not like how people see. They see Burna Boy doing Burna Boy didn't just get up and became Burna Boy. And GIFFTY didn't get to where he is without a sweat. He did what he had to do. So it's not easy, but at the same time too, he's done it and you can do it too. I did it and you can do it too. Ron has done it. He continuously writes music. As a matter of fact, he writes Afrobeat music and he's doing a lot out there with so many artists out there. Ron, thank you for making time for us. Richardine, thank you once again and we'll hook up again. Until next week, folks, take care of yourselves and each other. And remember, GIFFTY is in the house. Go check out his music. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.